Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/shark. Hey, welcome to the Movies, Films, and Flicks podcast. I'm your host, John Loswell. Joining me, as always, are my co-hosts, Mark Hoffmeyer.
Guys, I'm feeling great.
How are you?
Uh-oh. Are you on an elevator?
No, I'm on an escalator
An escalator?
that broke down and became stairs.
Oh, you're
Right.
okay. You see,
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you are walking up an escalator, is that tougher than walking up stairs? Is that better exercise?
Is the escalator going up or down?
Doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, the escalator is going down, and you're trying to walk up it. I feel like that's probably like a better workout.
Yeah.
But then again, if the escalator is going up and you're walking up, then I feel like it's less of a workout.
I guess it's less time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Laz. I was wondering that today.
Has anybody ever tried to run up the escalator that's going
No.
down?
I always see the other side that's going up, and I'm like, that seems like a better option. Because I just think too many things could go wrong on an escalator.
I can't think of the movies, but there are a lot of movies where things have gone wrong on escalators.
Mall
I mean,
rats.
things can go terribly wrong on stairs.
True.
And I mean,
Yeah, but stairs won't crush your bones and pull you in. I mean, that won't happen in reality, but in a horror movie, it'll grind you down into chili meat.
so if you fell down an escalator that was going up, what would happen?
That might be a longer fall than you prefer. It's not like after the first couple bounces, like the roll slows down. You know, it's like you start to get an arm out, kind of. But then like you keep losing your balance and keep rolling down, but you never actually stop at the bottom. Like it gives you more chances for bumps and bruises, and I mean, at least someone like me, I think that would be tragic.
So you're just infinitely falling down an upwards escalator.
I mean, I'd be praying for Mitch Hedberg to temporarily make them stairs.
Please stop. Please stop. That seems like a Home Alone gag.
What if I was falling down the up escalators as that scene in, what is it, Train to Busan happens?
You would just bowl over a few zombies and get eaten. So I feel like you would just get stuck. Like you would fall forward and just get wedged in there.
Me?
Yeah. And then the escalator would take you all the way up and suck all of your innards inside, and then you would just pop.
That's what happens in movies.
Yep, in a horror movie. That's a final destination. Here's what happens. Death is like messing with you. The escalators are broken down. The stairs that you like to get your steps in, but like, they're mopping them. So you have to go down the escalator. And all the while your shoe unties, right? And then your shoe unties, something rocks you, you fall, your shoelace gets stuck, the escalator goes back up, and it sucks you into it. That'd be your final destination, Death.
So it never just rips the shoelace. It always pulls your entire body in. like that shoelace is made out of Superman's hair woven together.
And some
because
guys,
it's taking you down.
Just kick off your shoes. And you're like, they're Jordans.
You would think that the shoes would actually rip off of and around your feet before it sucks you. But in a horror movie, it's taking your whole foot down. And then your foot doesn't just rip off. No, their whole body is going in.
Yep. And then it would be the slowest death ever, too.
Ugh.
Like the gross one in the third one with the suntan lotion or the sun, whatever lava lamps. No, suntan, tanning beds.
Right. John
You said
Levigood.
like 89 things that have sun in the name.
John Levigood. Say hi to everyone.
How's it going, folks? just happy that I evidently survived this theoretical fall down the up escalators.
Oh, I'm sure someone's done like some type of research paper on it or something.
Yeah, it was in Yale. Really famous.
Yeah. All right. I think it's time to start the podcast like we usually do with listener questions. Mark, I think you got the questions for us this week.
Yeah, and these all three are from Danny Culkin, good friend of mine. He basically pulled a Will Ferrell from Old School and blacked out and gave us a ton of really good listener questions, and then he forgot completely about it. So here's three that he gave me. So here's the first one. In a race against time through the streets of San Francisco, who emerges victorious? Jason Bourne in a pair of Heelys, which are the shoes with like the little skates in the heel.
Oh.
Or Ethan Hunt on a Razor scooter. So, for me, I was thinking about this.
Hold on. What's a Razor scooter?
Like that's like it's like a skateboard with the bar that goes up, and you can put your hands on the top like this, and then you do the kick. You know, you can put your foot on it.
Okay, the little tiny narrow.
Yeah, the little tiny narrow thing. Okay. It's like, you know, it's like 15 feet long, maybe 5 inches wide, 2 little wheels, and then the handlebars.
Okay.
So in the real world, I think a Razor scooter would be better because those Heelys would just break immediately. But since we're in the movies and it's like, see, if Ethan Hunt had Heelys, he would win because all he does is run. I can't picture Tom Cruise on a Razor scooter. So I'm going with Jason Bourne and some Heelys, going down hills, but then you can run in the shoes too. So he's running, he's doing like his free running. He's flying down the streets of San Francisco. You know, Tom Cruise would have to pick up the Razor scooter and run up the hill, or Ethan Hunt. So in the real world, I would use a Razor scooter. In the movies,
how are those Heelys going to go uphill?
You can run.
But if your heel hits, it'll drag back.
You'll just run on your balls of your feet. Like when you're running up a hill.
I guess so. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I think Jason Bourne's gonna be flipping everywhere. He's gonna be, you know, he'll probably steal a car. So I mean, I got my money on Bourne.
I think if it was a flat distance run, I think that it would be Tom Cruise, right? Because he has less mass. It's easier to handle all that.
But he's on a scooter. He's on a Razor scooter.
Well, yeah, but you still got to move that mass. I mean, they both have a way of diverting it a little bit by rolling. I'm just pretending that they're equal because I don't really know how they work.
I think they're both little people.
They're both... but Matt Damon, he's a lot heavier. He's bulkier. Like, I think in sprints he'd be better because he probably does more squats.
I think Bourne Identity, Damon has a better, you know, cardio than Bourne Stupid, with the latest one, Jason Bourne.
When he looks like a power lifter.
Yeah, so, too much lactic acid builds up. So I think it'd have to be Bourne Identity running.
It's interesting that he picked these two actors because they both have had a lot of roles. Them specifically, I guess this is why he thought of it, where they just sprint a lot.
Yeah. I feel like Bourne would pace himself better. Because Tom Cruise just sprints, and that's not sustainable throughout the streets of San Francisco.
You know what? Wait. You guys know Gattaca, right?
Yeah.
Remember the beginning? You remember Gattaca with the swimming race between the two brothers when they're kids in the flashbacks?
Yeah.
And the only way that the genetically weaker brother would win at the end was because he didn't save anything for the way back, but he ended up winning. And so, like, maybe that's the Tom Cruise mentality, is that when you don't think about pacing yourself, if that's your day, I guess you win.
So he would win 1 time out of 10, is what you're saying. 1 time out of 10?
Maybe. That 1 time would be a hell of a win, because then Jason Bourne would drown in the asphalt.
Maybe that's how the first movie. Maybe that's how Bourne Identity started, because they found him in water. Remember?
That's right, because he lost that foot race.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, where do you weigh in with these? Do you know Heelys? I've never worn these things. I feel like I'm over the weight limit anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it is a close race. I think I could give it to Bourne, though, based because he doesn't have to worry about parking in San Francisco. I know Razor scooters don't really take up a lot, but you know,
do they fold up?
I think they fold up, but I think the San Francisco PD, like, they're gonna be like super militant about it. Like, no, you gotta have a permit for that.
Yeah, he's got to
So-
be in the right lane too. He has to be in the bicycle lane. He can't be on the
Yeah.
sidewalks.
Yeah.
Is a razor scooter what Hansel had in Zoolander?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm on the level. Sorry, Laz.
Yeah.
Continue.
It's yeah, I don't know. San Francisco's a tough place to just kind of commute in general. So it doesn't matter if you have Heelys or razor scooters, you're just kind of screwed.
You're gonna get hit by at least 3 cars.
Yeah.
I just think if you're really trying to use a Heely down one of the streets in San Francisco, it's gonna end terribly.
What if you picked up like too much speed, and when you try and like touch the sole of the foot down, you just trip and fall down like a boulder?
Yeah, he would just roll. He'd be like a panda from Kung Fu Panda 3, but a very skinny spy with amnesia rolling. I think that's how he would win it. I think he would trip, roll, catch up on Tom Cruise in his little scooter, and win the race by like 0.1 seconds.
Trip roll.
0.01 seconds. Yeah, what do you think?
Trip roll and cruise.
Wait, but he beats Cruise.
He cruised right past him.
Cruise control? That's
No.
that's speed too. Oh,
Controlled that cruise.
Oh gosh. Wait, he wasn't really controlled. He was an uncontrolled.
No, he controlled the cruise that he cruised past on cruise control.
Seems like he's in a lot of control here. And when you are rolling down a hill, who here's rolled down a hill? Like accidentally.
Like lately?
I don't think I've ever accidentally rolled down a hill.
I mean, like, have you ever just stumbled down like a hill and just fell?
Oh yeah. I've done
On
that.
my butt, and then had that kind of bouncing butt while you're kind of seated and reclined. Like I've had that.
Laz, have you fallen down a hill?
Last time I did, it was when I was still living in Tallahassee. I was coming out of the parking garage. It was a really rainy day, and Tallahassee, it gets a little hilly in some
it's hilly.
areas. Yeah, and there's this parking garage, and I was just like, I wanted to take a shortcut because I was running kind of late to class, and it was just like, it was like a sort of steepish hill, but I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm gonna be careful, but like, there was I forgot to take in the account that it's been raining like all morning, so like the dirt and grass is like super slippery. So I take like one step, and I'm just kind of like already like just sliding down like on my butt like all the way to the bottom, and like I get up, and there's like dirt like all up in my pants and in my boxers, like all up in my backpack. And I literally got up and just like walked back to my car. I didn't even bother like going to class that day.
Did you feel controlled and during any moment of that?
No, not at all. So yeah,
So I'm saying Jason Bourne by an uncontrolled cruise.
yeah. See, if I had Heelys or Razor scooters, I'd probably be in worse shape. Think about it. Oh man, that was terrible.
That'd be a good podcast episode. Just finding out what happened to me wearing wheelies.
So what's the final answer to that question? Just
Parking tickets.
there you go. That's good.
San Francisco parking tickets.
Yes.
Bastards.
All right. So what's the second question?
Who has a better flat top? Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV, Ed Harris in Apollo 13, or Bill Paxton in Weird Science?
So I immediately started to wonder on what criterion we're judging this, because if I was to say most gravity defiant, then it goes to Dolph Lundgren. If it was most etiquette defiant, it would go to Bill Paxton. And if it was just the most rigidly no-nonsense militant-looking flat top, I'd go with Ed Harris.
See, for me, the answer is clear. And the answer is Ed Harris in Apollo 13. And a lot of Dolph Lundgren fans who know me that I like Dolph Lundgren probably just screamed, "Sorry, guys. Tell everyone to calm down around you."
But why? Why'd you
Okay,
take...
so Dolph Lundgren and Bill Paxton, right, were in their 20s when they had these flat tops, right? They were young. They had good hair. It was strong. I could have grown a flat top in like 3 minutes when I was younger. Literally, I could just look in a mirror and flat top's there. Ed Harris was 46, and he had that sweet flat top. And it was a flat top that wasn't part of his character. Like Chet's flat top in Weird Science was like part of his character. But Ed Harris rocked that. Like no one ever went to Ed Harris, "Hey, flat top." There's you know what I mean?
Sure.
They just walked up to him and said, "Hey, Ed Harris." Like no one ever called him out on his flat top because it just looked great and it felt natural. And they're like, for a 46-year-old man, that's a great flat top.
What about Howie Long from Broken Arrow?
No, because the sides were too long.
Okay.
You
don't think maybe that's just because of the shape of his head?
No, he had some decent hair on the side there. It wasn't like a full flat top. It was like a faux flat top. It was like a faux hawk, but a faux flat top. It had the sides basically made it not a flat top. You know what I mean? It was more of like a not flat top. So yeah, that's my answer. The grown man flat top wins. What about you, Laz?
I think you did make a good point. Ed Harris's flat top was very refined. It was very mature. You look at the other flat tops; they're just kind of. You can't really call them flat tops. They're flattish tops. There's there's little hills and valleys here and there. But Ed Harris, it's super flat. You can land an F-16 on it, no problem.
And he's from NASA, so somebody the guy who cuts the hair.
Yeah,
there's really.
Yeah, it's just but I don't know. I gotta go with Dolph Lundgren. There's just something very, he's got that very tall blonde flat top, and it's just I don't know. It looks like a wheat field, just he's got growing up there.
And that thing is gravity defiant because that is a long flat top. That's like Guile from the Street Fighter game in reality.
But during that fight, it stayed like a flat top.
Yeah,
it took 4 or 5 rounds of more equal boxing before the sweat took it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but the whole time that he was winning, even though he was sweating the first several rounds, that hair, it didn't budge. It was like Charlie Sheen's hair in The Arrival. Oh, speaking of great flat tops.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, as far if someone had to give a trophy for the best gravity defying flat top, it would be Dolph.
Oh, for gravity defiant, absolutely. Yeah,
but I mean, Ed Harris is just sashaying around this place, 45 years old. No one's calling him. Some people call people brick top. They call him nicknames. He's just Ed.
Honestly, if you were to put a mug of hot coffee on top of his head and you just leave it there the whole day, and you just come back, it would still be on top of his head. It's so level looking. The mug would never slide off.
I think Chet's wouldn't balance because his hair, whoever did his hair is probably not that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They didn't use the word escapes me. The thing that measures the angles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protractor?
Yeah, that thing. No. The where not
the level?
Yeah, the leveler. Yeah.
Leveler.
And
I like to think that Chet's hair stood up because it just was trying not to touch the douchebag underneath it.
And this sounds terrible, but I kind of feel Bill Paxton's awesome. But I feel like he, early on in some of his movies, he's the living embodiment of a flat top.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, even in Near Dark, when he was one of those 4 vampires, he was just the dipshit douchebag. I mean, he played that role very well. I, again, love Bill Paxton, but he was the scumbag. And wasn't he a brief cameo scumbag in Terminator?
Yeah, he's the only guy to have been killed by the Terminator, an alien, and the Predator.
That's cool and all.
But yeah, I think he's just like he just kind of his flat tops aren't classy. You know what I mean?
No, they weren't.
And I think if someone saw him, they'd call him like his nickname would be Flat Top.
Like, you name a flat top because it looks like a flat top.
Yeah.
I feel, how like there are plateaus out in the Midwest,
Yeah.
like mesas. I feel like I should call his haircut a shithead mesa.
Ooh. Phil.
Just a plateau on top of a douchebag, a shithead mesa.
Oh, jeez Louise.
I mean, he was so. I mean, I laugh every time I see his scenes in Weird Science. Like, I'll even pause when I'm flipping through the channels if it's one of his scenes. Or again, anytime that movie's on in general. But I mean, my God, he was so despicable.
I mean, between Chet and Biff, like the jerk has been basically perfected.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He should have been Biff.
Yeah. I think that's a good answer, Biff. Because he had a flat top too, didn't he?
Kinda, yeah.
Or he had 50.
No,
he had
actually,
50s
yeah, he
hair.
did. Yeah, he did. It was a flat top, I think.
Ooh.
No, wait. In part 2, in the future, he did. Did he in part 1?
I feel like he did. Or he just had 1950s hair.
You know why I'm confused? Because at the end of the movie, when he's older Biff and he's washing the car, that's when he had longer hair. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and see, that's proof that Bill Paxton should be better because Biff couldn't keep his flat top late in age.
That's the reason.
That's right.
All right.
Should be a thesis on that.
All right.
So I'm going Biff.
Biff for the win.
All right. Thank you to Danny for those wonderful listener questions. I think you got another one coming up later in the podcast. It was another lightning round, another enlightening discussion of listener questions here. All right, it's on to the topic of the day. There was a little movie released recently. It's a little indie movie. I think it's sci-fi. I guess it's part of a series. I don't know too much about it.
A sequel or something, or a prequel or a reboot.
I don't know. It's like a sequel to a prequel, or is it or something? I don't know. It's hard to keep track of.
I guess it actually is, in a way, a sequel to a prequel.
Sure. A little movie called Rogue One was released recently. It's apparently episode 3.5 somewhere. It doesn't give like an official episode number. It's a side story. It takes place in between episodes 3 and 4, and it is amazing. But let's get into a deeper discussion than that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of Rogue One?
I thought you were leading us into it last round.
That's what I was doing.
Oh, I thought you had like a question.
No.
Listen, first and foremost, I just want to say that Darth Vader is a terrible boss. And I also want to say that the Empire, they build bases on top of lava and then water nations, like water worlds. They just like finding the most inconvenient places that and then if you think about the rebels, they built a damn base in Hoth.
Okay, hold on now though. If I was at what was it? It wasn't Jeddah. What was the name of that place with all the palm trees? That beach?
Yeah,
Scarif. Yeah.
Okay, that place, right?
Tampa.
So if I'm Empire, right, and we've talked about this in our Henchmen podcast, how those henchmen probably don't have the best benefits plans and that your bosses don't have your best interests in mind, I think there is one piece of evidence to the contrary in this case, and that is whenever those guys have time off, even if it's just their lunch break, they can go put out like a lounge chair and have like a boat drink in the sun on that nice beach.
I just feel like in every Star Wars world, though, there's something that's just going to kill you. Right? So you're out there, you're drinking, you're having a Mai Tai, you step into the water, a sea creature kills you.
That's probably accurate, but in this case, I mean, the sea creature can only be as big as the water is deep, so, you don't go deeper than your ankles.
That's right. What if they're like tremors?
Then you're screwed. then you're just screwed. But
I get you.
because we get tremors. But they do. I mean, that's like that was the only nice place that we've ever seen an Empire battalion placed.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually nice. The Death Star, like a big death war machine.
And there's no windows.
Like, there's no nothing. You're just on a machine constantly, a big space station the size of a planet, I guess. But, like, this is actually a nice place. Sure, it's not big. There's not a lot of places to go that are far from the structures, but at least you're on the water.
Yeah, it's better than a lava fort.
It's much better than lava. I think we can agree. Laz said this movie was amazing, by the way, and that view was nice. But, I mean, did anyone else kind of leave in at least one way? It doesn't have to be overall, thinking that this was one of the most amazing Star Wars films they've seen? Because I did.
I think so. I think it has the benefit of having the prequel trilogy come out like years before.
And it's sucking.
Yeah. Even though Force Awakens came out last year, and Force Awakens was it was good, but it got like a very polarized reaction. Rogue One seems to be not as polarized. I think people in general tend to like it, and it's just like it has a lot of things going for it. Like going for it in its favor. So
yeah, and it kind of has one of my favorite tropes. If you've listened to the podcast, like I love the Wild Bunch. I love 13 Assassins. I love 13th Warrior. I love Seven Samurai. I love Magnificent Seven. I love movies that are about people on good people going against something much larger themselves and probably going to die. Like, I love those movies. Like, I don't know, 13 Assassins might be, maybe aside from like The Raid, it's probably my favorite action film of this decade. I just love movies like that. And the one thing that kind of, I don't know, I love the original trilogy more. I like Force Awakens, even though for some reason I keep thinking I don't like it. Though I guess the one problem with this is all the reshoots that happen with this. You could really tell there are a few things really shoehorned in between the trailers and here. So when they first made it, apparently it was much more bleak. Like, they had that line, "I'm a rebel, I rebel." And it was like very just kind of like gangster and cold. It was about these people just, there wasn't all the talk about hope and all that kind of things. It was just them like on a mission that they knew they had to complete. I wanted to see that movie. But no, I loved it. I liked it. I'm gonna buy it. I liked it more than the prequels. I don't think I like it than any of the three originals, but I think it does a great job. I mean, it's like a nostalgia train, but it tells a new story. I was cynical because I knew the Death Star plans would get away, but it leaves it in a really great spot. Like, this is a juggling act between. Like, this guy made a really brutal movie where a lot of people die, but he also made it familiar and likable in PG-13. So I think it's miraculous that a movie that got released on over 4,000 screens features the stuff we saw in this movie. That was a long-winded thing, sorry.
No, yeah, it's cool. You talk about how brutal it is. It's like, yeah, I mean, all the other Star Wars movies, even though they have, like, their harsher parts, they're usually just like punctuated parts that are, opposed by super happiness. Like, this isn't the cartoon fantasy where we root for our heroes and they ride off into the sunset with Ewoks singing Yub Nub at the end of Return of the Jedi. Like,
listen, those Ewoks deserve that song, Levingood.
They do. But overall, it makes things childishly unrealistic. But because not a lot of people were lost. Like, in this, Saul went down with Jeddah, right? And our pilot died trying to get the signal. Our that wonderful droid K2SO went down trying to buy Cassian and Jyn time. Cassian and Jyn went down with that whole side of the beach. Like, everyone who we rooted for in this, and Galen.
Spoilers, by the way.
No, right. But everyone who you would root for even a moment in this movie dies.
I mean,
like,
I'm gonna give us our PG-13 rating. I'm just gonna say some motherfuckers die in this movie.
A lot of motherfuckers die.
Loving it.
But they're all dying, right? And then what happens? Like I talked about Return of the Jedi, but like Episode 1 ends in like this big parade with confetti. Episode 7 ends with an awards. Like they end these super happy ways. Well, guess what? This ended with everybody who we cared about dead, and I still felt good. Not about that, obviously, but like I felt that hope.
Yeah.
Like I thought that it was great that it could give us both of them. This was the mature Star Wars movie, the credible, pragmatic one.
Can I ask you something, Lazarus?
Please.
Why didn't the Empire just blow up their satellite?
You mean on Scarif? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about? Because I think it didn't just hold the Death Star plans. It just held like a lot of important documents and files, right?
So it would have been a real pain in the butt had they blew it up.
Yeah, I mean, it seems impractical to just kind of choose like one one location to hold like all these important files, but you know that's how they drew it up. So I don't know. There was a lot at stake. I don't think blowing up would have been the most practical choice.
Gotcha.
So.
And then also, how awesome is it that we know why the Death Star had that stupid tunnel in 1977?
You know, that's so convenient too, because not that I've been alive this long, but I don't think a year has passed in my life of knowing about Star Wars that I haven't heard some anti-Star Wars power geek try to discredit the whole movie based on the simplicity of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Okay, maybe at the time that was a good criticism, but that was a great film anyway. But guess what? Now there's this. So shut up.
Yeah, and
go sit in your mom's basement and not have a girlfriend.
And Dad's Mickelson did it.
Yeah.
He was awesome, man. I really liked him. I mean, I guess there's no reason I wouldn't like him. He had for a more minor character in terms of screen time, he really captured the presence whenever he had scenes.
Well, what I like is that he's like, instead of me getting killed or not doing it, I immersed myself fully and built this kill switch into it. So he probably had to earn their trust. Like, you know, when you really earn somebody's trust and you're like, hey, man, can I take your car out? And they're like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm just like, he probably earned their trust and then basically inserted these plans like right under their noses. So he had to like really, like, that's tough. He lost his family, but yet he had to support them, build this thing, but yet still give it a kill switch. So I thought that was pretty neat.
And they delivered it well too, right? I mean, because you know, I don't remember his exact. It was like, if I don't do it, they'll kill me. They'll kill all my family, and they'll still find some way to make some horrible killing machine, even if it's not as great as the one I'd make. So yeah, he did this. It was an interesting path. Like, I don't think that it was a yada yada even in 1%. I think they nailed it.
Yeah, it was very believable in the sense that, you know, it was a very small weakness. If you go back to A New Hope, when when an underling tells Grand Moff Tarkin, like, you know, we've analyzed like a weakness, but it seems minimal. It seems like a good idea. I mean, obviously we're talking in hindsight, like we know a Death Star blows up, but it was really cool to see like them just kind of legitimize like something in the original trilogy, unlike the prequel where it just kind of did the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, midichlorians.
Oh gosh.
Right? Yeah.
It sounds like something's in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
It's nice because if they were talking about midichlorians in this one, then Donnie Yen's spirituality wouldn't have functioned well. It wouldn't have fit well.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, I didn't care about the characters who were dying." But if you look back at
those people are wrong.
I know I'm going to go here again, but you look at Seven Samurai, you look at Magnificent Seven, 13 Assassins. I'm going to say it. I don't care what you think. 13th Warrior, amongst others. But there are this movie's only 2 hours long, and you have to build all these things. So you're not going to. This isn't a TV show. You can't build, an instant likability with these characters. They're just people that played a role and did that well. And I actually liked all the characters involved. I like how they got involved. And you don't have time. You can't build up every single character to make them incredible. There always are some periphery characters in these movies that I love. But I mean, whenever one of them died, I was more shocked because I was like, wait, they killed him? Then I went, wait, he's dead? I was like, wait, they died? Like I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? I didn't know that they were gonna kill everybody.
I did feel for a lot of the characters who died. I'll say there were some where I kind of didn't. But, like you said, we only have so much time. But even if I didn't care so much that character died, I did feel the weight of the loss of what that character could have contributed to this, to their cause. So, like, I felt the loss. I felt how that endangered or compromised the mission when they would lose someone. So it didn't feel like nothing to me, even if I wasn't super invested in that character.
Well, to be fair, to be fair, there was one character where I just didn't really care about when he died, and that was Forrest Whitaker's character. Like,
oh yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair to Forrest Whitaker, he didn't really get that much screen time, so it's like he didn't really have much to do. So when he died, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and he kind of like walked towards the thing.
Yeah.
I'm tired of running. I'm like, you've been running your whole life. Like, why are you tired now?
Yeah.
It's like these old mechanical legs are getting rusty, though.
However, his breathing apparatus explains Vader's breathing.
Does it?
Did you listen to him breathing? Whenever he pulled up his mask, you heard.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like he basically rigged because his body's all wrecked too, much like Vader. So he had like the rigged version of what Vader had.
Sure. Yeah.
But that breathing is kind of like the same apparatus. So that's pretty interesting. So, those space inhalers make those noises. Also, Vader had a jacuzzi sauna, or a sauna with a jacuzzi function.
Oh.
And when Vader was summoned for a meeting, he was interrupted from his sauna, from which they drained the water for him to suit up.
He was just probably watching like intergalactic pod racing, like just chilling in his jacuzzi.
Yeah.
I mean, Vader's pretty pampered.
Like he was marathoning like X-Wing Supercharged Warehouse or something on Netflix.
I don't care what you guys say. I was like, please let it be Hayden. Please let it be Hayden. I was like an older Hayden. I was like, do it. Because that movie would have gained major points to me. Also, I know this is random, but I want to say, guys, the Ursos, they have the best cheekbones of 2016.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Felicity Jones and Mad Mikkelsen.
Yeah. I guess it runs in the, well, I mean, they're not related, but yeah, it runs in the family.
Well, I mean, honestly, when Ben Mendelsohn backhanded him, like slapped him, like I was surprised that Mendelsohn's hand didn't shatter and that Mads didn't just stand there looking at him.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of Felicity Jones, Laz?
Actually, I wanted to go back to Vader for a little bit. I just wanted, like, I guess the jacuzzi scene aside, but like, I just want to mention how terrifying he was in this movie.
Yeah.
When he was meeting with director Krennic, like that whole scene, like where he just, the Krennic is just standing there, and you see Vader just kind of saunter over, and you're just kind of like, oh shit. It's like, don't say anything dumb, Krennic. Don't say anything dumb. And then he does like the little force choke, has like that really kind of. He made that little pun while he was choking Krennic, and it was just like I thought it was funny. I guess a lot of people didn't like it because it's cheesy, but I'm just like, whatever, man. Vader's been known to make corny lines, but like,
yeah. No, you're right.
They gave us all of the Vader-isms in terms of his force abilities that we've seen before, and of course, everyone wants to see them. But when you give us something just for the sake of giving it to us, a lot of times we end up complaining that it was just the same old thing. And they gave us the force choke. They gave us lightsabers deflecting blasters. They gave us other force powers from him. And they were all delivered with a very purposeful, thoughtful style that made them feel like a different flavor of the same thing to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though I saw all those same old things, it wasn't just better effects for the blasters or something than before. It was like it felt different. It didn't just feel like Vader 2.0. I loved the air that they gave about him.
It was, we got to see, because like in the original trilogy, I felt like we never really got to see the terrifying aspect of Vader. We just saw like the really powerful, Sith Lord, but we didn't really see like him do like what he was known for. Like at the end of Rogue One, you had that really really awesome scene where he's just in the hallway with those with those poor guys. Like you just
God,
like they're just
so intense.
Like they're just in the hallway in the darkness. Then all of a sudden you just hear that breathing, and then you see like the red lightsaber just light up, and like you knew those guys were done. Like later, literally lit them up. I felt bad for him. Really.
I kept saying that guy, just hand off the disc. Like
I mean, we knew it would happen, but I still felt nervous, just like you. I'm like, what? But it has to happen now.
Yeah, when you know something's gonna happen, and you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. And then also, I like some of the other familiar aspects. Remember we learned that the two guys in the Mos Eisley Cantina, that they were always jerks. The dude with the nose, and then the walrus guy who got his arm cut off by Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Like they were in it. They're still jerks. Like I think Red Leader or Green Leader and Elvis Antilles Leader were in there. I love seeing my familiar pilots. That made me so happy. Yeah. But like never once did I think it was like cynical. I wasn't like, oh, this is stupid. Like I enjoyed all the callbacks.
Yeah.
I think this film nailed everything.
Yeah,
sure.
I really do. I don't say that about any of the other Star Wars movies. I think it nailed everything.
Right.
And yeah.
All right, guys. I think now is a good time to take a break. Well, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hey, podcast listeners, Robert here, along with Kyle.
What's up?
And John.
Hey.
We're here to talk to you about a little podcast that we do called Shark Dropper.
Yeah.
What do we talk about in Shark Dropper?
Oh, all kinds of things. Kyle, name one of them.
Oh, geez, walking across America.
John, name another.
Ooh, video games.
No, we never talk about that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So if you want to listen to Shark Dropper, don't listen for the video game
We talked about video games last week.
You know what? Just don't listen to John at all.
John, just don't listen to him talk.
Okay.
Yeah. that's a good rule of thumb.
But if you want to listen to me and Kyle talk, along with John intermittently, but really don't listen to that part.
Hi, guys.
Go visit sharkdropper.com because you can find everything there.
Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. Yeah. I don't know.
So we got to proceed without Levingood because he's stuck in an escalator.
Yeah. Apparently he's falling down an up escalator. And it's just he called us and it was like he sounded very distressed. And he explained the situation to us, and he's been falling for the past 12 minutes. So, yeah.
And a couple people tried to help him, and now they're falling down it constantly too.
Yeah. It's,
Wait, is that you, Levingood?
I feel badly. I must be bouncing all over him.
Wait, you had a plan? You said you were going to surf one of those rolling people up. So did you ride an unconscious person up a down us? Wait.
maybe it was like one of those situations where it's like
very uncomfortable for all participating parties.
Yeah. I just imagine you like just jumping on one of them like a lumberjack jumps on a log and water.
I think if I jumped on somebody, they would just explode.
Like literally?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm a big, heavy person. I don't think I should be jumping on anybody.
So they would get obliterated like thick-skinned Jim?
I think so.
They would just like blood and guts would fly everywhere if you jumped on somebody?
Don't sound concerned, Mark. I'm not going to go jumping on anybody's body.
Are you like the human grenade? Is that like your thing?
No.
You just jump on people and blow them up? Is that like your superpower? If you jump on somebody,
That's
they blow
exactly
up?
what I don't do. That's what I don't do. I make a conscious decision every moment of every day not to do that.
That'd be a great superpower. Like, you're not very fast. I'm not saying you. But the only way to, like, defeat people is if you jump on them and then they explode. It's kind of like if...
Didn't Andre the Giant basically do that without the explosion?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Like, So, like, if you're like in a superhero film and you're one of the heroes, you'll probably get a couple guys. Huh. So you're the exploding man.
Nice.
That does not sound good for me.
Why? Hey, you said it. You blow people up when you jump on them. Wait.
I just think that's a function of mass.
All right, I think we have another listener question to get to. Right, Mark?
Yeah, so the third one is Elf and Penny Lane, almost Famous. Elf is from Elf. Both spot the last crushed red velvet jacket with white fur lining at the thrift store. Who walks away with it?
So this is a Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I guess, or it's like, hey, let's talk about it. You know, this could be a before sunrise.
Okay, I've got my theory. If at first I thought it would be tough because they're so weird, they're so weirdly different. But so Will Ferrell Elf has a tremendous reach advantage, leverage advantage, and weight advantage. But he's so naive, and he's an inexperienced brawler outside of tickle fights. Whereas Penny has been drifting as a roadie and adapting to new party-heavy surroundings across the globe. So I think she'd go all Eastern Promises on his ass, grab him by the nuts, and then end up strolling away with that coat while he's crying with his big and tall shop and elf ass.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
I think she would just be like, you look great in it. And he would be like, thank you so much. And then he would go to the register and buy it, right? And then as she's leaving the store, the lady would go, excuse me, Penny? And then they would hand her the coat. Be like, that tall guy that looked like an elf that kind of freaked us out bought this for you.
That sounds much kinder than my rendition of it.
I just think Penny Lane's too chill to engage in fisticuffs.
I mean, maybe my Penny Lane did this just after she found out that she got traded to Humble Pie for 2 packs of cigarettes and a case of beer.
That's true. But then but then Elf would cheer her up, though. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but you see, like she's a trim little thing, and she likes to look good for all those band guys. Like, I don't think that she's too into those. That putting syrup on her spaghetti to cheer her up.
Yeah, I don't think syrup on spaghetti would cheer anybody up.
It cheers up Elf.
Yeah, he's a squirrely little fella, and he has a temper. He hurts children with snowballs. He tells that fake Santa that he's like he lies. He's a terrible person. He stabs that one guy at night when he's walking out of the bar.
He stabs somebody in that movie?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I just guts him.
Just guts.
Yeah.
He field dresses him like a hunted hog.
Yeah, that's right. And he uses the little elves in the North Pole for darts with their little pointy hats.
Like he straightens them out like the chicken in Hot Shots.
Yeah, he's just a mean guy. But he has like he's like a petulant child that's big. And like it's not like, you know, when there's a petulant child, you're not worried about it because he's a child. But when there's a petulant man-child, it's worrisome. But I still think he would buy the coat for Penny Lane. What do you think, Laz?
I'd go with Elf. I don't know. I'm just thinking about what's a red jacket, right? Crushed red velvet. Yeah, I think Elf would probably like want to get that for Santa. So I think he'd be more motivated, to grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would wrestle too.
Yeah. Can I just say how random this pairing is? Like, I mean, I know listener questions are random, but this is just really random, I'm just trying to find like what the connection is.
Do you happen to know if alcohol was specifically involved as the driving force?
This was a daytime text.
Oh, man.
No, but, in Almost Famous, Penny wore a nice fur coat. She had that awesome, fur coat.
Yeah.
So she likes fur.
Yeah.
So she's down with that. She shops in thrift stores. Elf was broke, and he likes, bright things. He likes shiny things.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him liking his coat,
Sure.
So, he probably wears polar bear fur. Because all elves kill polar bears. It's not global warming.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where the connection. What's funny to me is this connection came like, oh, I get it. I don't know.
For a second there,
So
I thought like when I read Penny Lane, like I thought Pennywise from It, but I'm like, no, wait, no, that's not the same thing.
He would probably wear a nice crushed red velvet jumper.
Yeah. That's a fight I like
Make
to
a
see.
jumper out of Penny Lane's skin.
Gross.
Yeah, I like to see that fight, Elf versus Pennywise.
Oh my goodness. I feel like Elf was kind of immortal, right? No, he was a human.
Yeah, he was a human, right?
Yeah.
So
But he could throw snowballs like not a human.
he could throw snowballs at Pennywise.
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's got to be rocks in there. And then isn't that what killed them? A rock in the beginning? Didn't a rock kill him with a slingshot?
Oh, I think you're right. No, I haven't seen that in ages.
Yeah, so then a rock from one of the snowballs would kill him.
There you go.
Because his weakness is rocks.
I think any human's thing is rocks.
What's my weakness?
Well, like you could hit him in the foot and he'd die because he's just deathly allergic to rocks.
Elf threw a snowball 100 yards, and the force was enough to wipe out a child. Just like you get hit in the face with a snowball, right? Or a tennis ball. You're not falling down. You're gonna go, oh, and the snowball's just gonna burst. This snowball took the kid off of his feet. Mm-hmm. So what are in these snowballs?
I don't know, man, but I think that Elf needs to be tested for performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
What's in those holiday cookies?
Oh.
He's got an arm like a trebuchet.
I mean, there's a lot of HGH rolling around the North Pole.
Yeah.
Whatever keeps those reindeer going.
So the answer is HGH?
Yeah.
Human growth hormone?
All right. Thank you to Danny for all those wonderful listener questions. I still think it's super random that you came up with Penny Lane and Elf. I don't get it.
I don't think he was even thinking about these. I think these all sort of came out of him.
To be fair, that's how we do listener questions. So
yeah, you're right.
He was keeping up with the spirit, I guess.
You know when you've eaten too much, Elizabeth, and someone hits you in the gut and you burp? Like, I feel like that's how these questions came out.
No, people don't hit me after I eat.
Oh, hypothetically.
I mean, yeah, I guess. If I don't puke, I guess.
Yeah, how big is the person punching me in the stomach?
I mean, it's like a little rabbit punch.
Yeah.
And you just drank a 2-liter bottle of soda.
Sure.
Sounds really uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right. Back to the topic at hand.
Speaking of 2-liter bottles.
Yeah. Rogue One. What else about the movie that you liked or didn't like?
We were talking about Vader before the break, and something else that I really liked about Vader, or not, it's not a Vader thing, it's the overall presentation of martial prowess, is like in the prequel trilogy, like you got someone like Ray Parks who's doing these amazing stunts, and then you've got Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon doing these like 30-foot Jedi jumps. And I'm sure that the kids love it and some adults love it, but to me, I felt like it cheapened it. Whereas in this, even though the Force exists, they didn't go over the top with the stunts. No one's Jedi jumping 30 feet. Even though the Force was there, it felt pragmatically used. I kind of like that. Like, when we saw Yoda fight for the first time, it was a stunt spectacle because he was jumping and doing triple somersaults every second when he was fighting Dooku, and it looked spectacular. But it's like he wouldn't need to do that with the Force.
Yeah,
he wouldn't need to do that. There's no point in any. I mean, again, it looks wonderful to the kids, and it made me feel like a kid loving it. But when I look back at it and I watch it again, it's not so impressive. Whereas this, I like this. And like in episode 7, how, how our villain, why can't I think of his name in episode 7?
Kylo Ren?
When Kylo Ren fought, he fought with reckless abandon, and the Force didn't make him a ninja. It just made him skilled and guided him. So I like how Episode 7 and now how this depicts the Force and the martial prowess that comes with it, as opposed to specifically the prequel trilogy that turned everybody into cartoon Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I don't like unnecessary flips, and there are none of that in here.
Yeah, I really love the presentation.
So what'd you
it was cool.
What'd you think about the presentation of Grand Moff Tarkin, the all CGI character in this film?
So, I double took at that because I was saying, oh wow, they got him. Wait a minute. No, I'm serious. Like that, he was on screen for minutes before it really clicked to me. It's like, wait a minute, is he 115 now? Like, so I was okay with it. It threw me off. He didn't quite look right though. You know how they did it with Leia and they've done it with other characters? And when they normally do it, it's brief. He was on screen so long that I think that he gave everybody in the theater time to catch on that he was fully CGI, even if they had never seen the original trilogy.
I just kept counting the dollar signs every time he was on screen. That's really, if I was the director, Gareth Edwards, I would have been like, so during this movie, Grandma Tarkin is on a vacation, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, he could just be. I mean, it could even, hear someone over a speaker,
or it could be you see over the shoulder of someone and it's that person speaking.
They could have done a lot of things, but I guess they just didn't want to feel like they were copping out. But this is sort of a cop out too.
See,
they did it with Leia at the end too, but it was just connecting stories.
I wanted more Krennic, because I think Ben Mendelsohn is one of my favorite actors. Animal Kingdom, Mississippi Grind, Bloodline. The dude is amazing. And I would have liked it if Tarkin wasn't around as much. I would have liked it better if he was like the head honcho, if he was like building his way up, and this was his legacy. But yet he still had to deal with Vader as a boss. He still had the Emperor looming over him. So this guy's really capable. He's worked his way up. And someone mentioned that his accent wasn't as posh as the other generals. Like, this is like a blue-collar dude. I think that would have been more thrilling to me if Tarkin wasn't in it and it had more of him, just, or maybe less of him so we could focus more on the other characters. But this guy who is really good at what he does, but has to deal with the threat of Vader and the Emperor over him at all times. And like, I thought those shots of him in the trailer that were cut out, where he's looking awesome in front of that huge screen, where he's walking with his cape like through the water. Like, I would have liked a lot more of him. And maybe that's just me being a selfish Ben Mendelsohn fan. So I guess I like Tarkin, but he took away from Ben Mendelsohn.
I think you're spot on though there, Mark, because more in hindsight than while I was watching, but when he had his whole dream of kind of, his whole Death Star project, if you will, like kind of stricken from him when he's told, like, no, I'm going to take it. I'll present it as my initiative. You failed this, that, and the other. If we didn't know that character had that power from the other movies, I would have just been sitting around like, this came out of nowhere, and then that just totally cheapened his ascension. Like, it took it away cheaply. But because I know that character's magnitude, I bought it when I was watching.
Yeah.
But
I guess, yeah.
I gotta agree with you. I very much agree, now that I think about it.
Sorry to interrupt there. Yeah, and remember in the 77 Star Wars, like, Vader was just basically Tarkin's pit bull.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tarkin is like the all-powerful.
Yeah, even though...
Well, I guess it's just that they all know their roles.
Yeah. What were you saying, Laz?
I thought it was kind of weird. Tarkin was kind of in charge of Vader, even though Vader was clearly the Emperor's right-hand man. Like, it's a very kind of weird hierarchy there, It's just... It always felt kind of weird.
The thing is that...
Yeah.
Vader was not a part of the standard hierarchy.
Yeah.
The the Jedi and the Sith are not a part of the standard hierarchy, whereas everyone else was. So that's just it. It's kind of like two parallel ways of ascending the ranks. And this is what I mean by they know their roles. They have two very different trajectories.
Yeah.
See, I just would have loved watching Mendelsohn rise through the ranks, like this blue collar dude who makes it up there, and then he has to deal with Vader's punk ass. Like, you know, and then they're like, "Oh, one of your pilots of the millions that are under your control got away, or like defected." Like, yeah, it sucks, but like, just as managers, not I don't know.
It was kind of weird. I thought maybe I'm just too big of a Ben Mendelsohn fan. I would like to have seen more of him.
So, because I don't know, at the end, like I don't know, he just became another stock bad guy, and I hate saying that about Ben Mendelsohn.
No, that his screen presence was a little too powerful to reduce him so readily like that.
Yeah.
I feel you. Because I really think he's a great actor, but I'm not necessarily a Mendelsohn fan. I just think he's great. But I don't go out of my way to watch things because he's in it. I'm just impressed after I see it. So, like, I'm not the Ben Mendelsohn fan, and I agree with everything you're saying.
Dude,
Sure.
Ben Mendelsohn for an Oscar.
I mean, he's awesome though. Yeah, you know who I loved in this, and this is going to be funny. I'm going to call it the Blade 2 corollary. Is that Donnie Yen added a weird flavor to this movie in the same way in this as he did in Blade 2, where if you were just talking to me at a pitch meeting, I'd say it doesn't sound like this character will fit in either of those movies. And in both movies, he fits, and he made it a little more special.
Yeah, he just was a good dude.
Like, really spiritual, that the martial arts sometimes, you know, you don't think will fit in as well. His style martial, that is the kung fu theater style martial arts almost. But like, I don't know, I bought it all. And when he had his major action sequence, I was wowed. They gave him like 90 seconds of spectacular awesome where you learn about his hypersensitive, like, senses.
Basically, Daredevil.
You know?
He's Daredevil.
Yeah, the thing is that I liked him more than Daredevil. I thought he did it better than Daredevil. And he only had 2 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was better.
And then that scene where he's kind of used the Force and everyone missed him. I was like, oh!
So he was definitely a
man.
Jedi, right? He was definitely a Jedi.
What's up?
He was definitely a Jedi.
I think he had something.
No, he was definitely not a Jedi. And this is what in movies they call Force-sensitive people, but who aren't necessarily going to be Jedi.
Is this Levengood Jedi lecture hour?
They talked about it in the whole prequel trilogy a lot. How just because people had a high midichlorian count, that silly thing, it didn't mean that they'd become Jedi.
But they're Force sensitive. They have Force powers. They can use the Force.
Yeah.
So
No, they don't get to use the Force. They're just Force sensitive.
the Force uses them. So they have midichlorians?
Everybody has midichlorians.
Jeez Louise. This stuff is canon now.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I really don't like that they took away the mysticism and turned it into a microorganism.
That are in swimming pools.
It's in everything. Yeah, it's like it's the midichlorian.
Yeah.
So there's way too much midichlorian in here. Oh shit! Now I'm blocking blasters.
I feel like that's something you find in like, you know, the water in clear water. Like the tap water.
There's midichlorians.
Like, you know, Men's Health magazine, they always rank water, and for some reason St. Pete was always like in the top 10, but then like Clearwater was way down.
Wait, in terms of
Good tap water.
good tap
Like
water?
clean, like clean tap water, not full of junk. St. Pete was always almost an A. But they're like like they basically said St. Pete was like the worst place on earth, but the water was great.
Sure.
And that always annoyed me. But I was like, oh, I like the tap water. So no midichlorians there.
You know, I've never drank the tap water down here.
here's a different dimension of the Star Wars movies. So let's say that the Force is protecting Donnie Yen from getting shot by those blasters when he walks out to get to that what do they call it, the Master Switch, right? Yeah. But hold on, it's well known to both nerds and I'm thinking most of the Jedi that almost all the time those stormtroopers missed regardless.
Yeah, they were probably just like pew 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 pew.
I mean, so if he had ran out, if he were to sprint out instead of slowly walking, he would have probably accidentally walked into the path of a different blaster rather than get shot deliberately.
Yeah, he would have been shot by accident, and none of the stormtroopers would have known who hit him.
Maybe the Force wasn't rediverting the blasters. It was instead informing him that they're such bad aim that you should just walk.
I will say there were certain scenes where AT-ATs and AT-STs were just picking people off with ease.
Yeah, those things shouldn't be able to aim that easily with that huge mechanized head thing.
Like those, who's ever piloting that, like, it's pretty legit. You know what I mean? I'd hire him.
By the way, we just got into you mentioned the walkers. We haven't talked about the droid character in this movie at all yet, because all these movies have a great droid at least.
Oh, you mean the cameo by C-3PO and R2-D2?
No, K2SO by Alan Tudyk.
K2SO, that sounds like a peak in Everest.
Well, you didn't love Alan Tudyk?
Oh no, I loved him. He reminded me of the robot from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy a lot.
Yeah, with the cynicism kind of.
I think Alan Rickman. I don't know the name, but I call him Alan Rickman.
That's right. It was Alan Rickman.
That's right. But no, I thought he was good. I liked. I didn't like the one line that annoyed me is when the stormtroopers were walking by and they're like, "Hey, did you hear about the battle droids? They're now obsolete." And then they walk by. Did you hear that line?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, during that line, a stormtrooper made a stupid line about how they're obsolete now, so that's why you don't see him in the later films.
I actually read about that. It's a running gag. They were talking about how the VT-15 was obsolete, and I guess in A New Hope, you hear some stormtroopers talking about the VT-16 becoming obsolete, and then The Force Awakens, you hear some stormtroopers talking about the VT-17 is now obsolete.
So, oh, really?
Yeah, it's a little running gag that which a lot of people missed, I guess. So I thought that was hilarious.
Oh wow! So then there's another droid that's obsolete in this one. So Did you pick up on that, Lazarus?
I mean, after I saw the movie, I just I kind of read about all the little Easter eggs people picked up. As you do after watching a big movie like that. So yeah, there's a lot of little things fans picked up watching the movie.
I liked how K2SO was like, "I'm coming with you," because Diego Luna told me.
That's right, yeah. Because Cassian told me I had to. I like when we're first learning about the sarcasm of this robot. When Jin has a blaster and Cassian's kind of okay with it, he's like, "Do you even know what the probability is that she will use that against you? It's high." Yeah. Really high. And he's not and no one's acknowledging him. He's like, really high. He's just annoyed no one's listening to him.
Yeah, I like that. I like that guy a lot. And he has the best head bonk of 2016 as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he crushes that guy's skull.
Oh, that guy's vertebrae shattered in his neck.
Yeah, he murdered him.
He's dead.
Yeah.
That guy's dead.
Yeah, he shrunk 2 inches.
Yeah.
But I mean that droid had a great, I guess I'll call it a death because the character brought so much life to the screen in a way. But also even though we see it in a lot of movies, it's very tropey, but it's the trope that, in my opinion, always feels good when it's done well. When Jin hands K2SO the blaster and he says, "You continue to astound me," or something, or you can, exceed my expectations or something because he always thought of her as the potential traitor. It reminded me of Hacksaw Ridge when Sam Worthington says, "I've never misjudged someone so horribly in all my life."
Yeah.
It felt, again, it's a trope, but it's the trope that's true to humanity. We all do that to people, don't we? That's and I think they nailed it. I thought that was great. So many touching moments. There was a lot at stake in this movie, and I felt like I could always feel the heart behind this movie and the cause.
And and I like the core character a lot too, Felicity Jones. I just thought it was just a measured. She's a very good actress, Felicity Jones. She's a great actress, and in this one, like she wasn't acting tough. She didn't have a swagger, but she just was. She'd seen it all. Like some people would have played this role as like, oh yeah, I'm kind of a tough rebel, but she still had like a softer side. You know, she just played it really well. I thought
everyone was going crazy about the Ray character from episode 7, and I was very pleased with that character. I think, however, that Jin runs circles around Ray for an effective screen presence, for credibility. I think that this is not a negative statement to the Ray character. This is just an overtly positive statement just about Jin.
Yeah, and she's just such a great actress too. I think I'm like the Bendelson Felicity Jones fan, so
I think it helps that as far as Felicity Jones' character goes, like she only has like the one movie, so like all her chips like have to be put on the table like right away. So you kind of get like a clear sense of like her purpose. Ray, like you know she's gonna be in 3 movies, so like a lot of her kind of past and her motivations, like her purpose, like it's still kind of mired in mystery. You know, I mean, we're gonna find out, but it's just like, yeah, it's just like Felicity Jones' character. We see all her chips on the table, so it's easier to just kind of relate to her at the moment. So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, but last about you say that, but I didn't know Ray was going to be in more than one movie.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming here, you know.
Wait, did you write the scripts?
She seems like a major character.
Less of a podcaster and more of a prophet you are, Laz.
What was I going to say about Felicity Jones? I just like the way I know I'm going back to this but she didn't play the character. She played it differently from a lot of action heroes, I thought. She didn't have to act like super tough. I'm repeating myself, but I just really liked the decision she made for this character. It made her feel more real to me, at least.
No, credible toughness. It's something we've brought up many times before, but it is something that's really hard to nail. I would have previously said that Rey was the most credibly tough character I've seen in the Star Wars movies in a long time. Now I'd say that Jin might be the most credibly tough character I've seen.
Yeah, and there's like no backflips. There's no nothing.
No backflips, no gratuitous dive rolls.
Yeah, and I think the toughest though is Cassius, because my wife Megan brought this up, and I think it's a good point. There's that scene at the end where he falls and he hits about 8 beams and lands like really grossly on like a steel metal ground, and so you're like, oh well, his back's broken, like he's done. But then later on, he just pops back up at a very opportune time. But why go through all the trouble of showing him hitting every beam known to man and like hearing cracking sounds?
On that note, because of how brutal that was when he was hitting there was the 2 thump sounds for the 2 beams. Like, I was surprised that he hit any great. I thought that when she looked down and the camera angle switched, that we were going to see him falling a la Luke's hand.
I wonder if they killed him and they brought him back for reshoots.
Oh, I hope they could have been holding each other when they did the Terminator 2 Judgment Day dream death.
Yeah, like, because there were scenes of her running on the beach with the drive, and AT-AT was shooting at her.
Oh, I would have liked. I think I would have liked that more. I mean, I didn't have negative criticism about the way that they died together like that. He did come out of nowhere, I agree, and I noticed that watching the movie. It probably would have been. You think that was probably a reshoot thing then?
I mean, yeah, because she ends up with the disc on the beach, so a lot of things changed. And also, there's that scene where she's really high up and a TIE fighter comes at her, and like that TIE fighter pops up out of nowhere. So they added a lot of the Hope stuff into the reshoots, I know, because he turned in this like crazy bleak war film like Saving Private Ryan, and Disney was like, holy shit.
Uh,
Yeah, but I don't know. I like the ending though. Like I like that the two are just kind of like, hey, we did our job. Now we're gonna get blown up. So
yeah.
You know, as far as despite the reshoots, and we, like you have an idea of what the vision might have been for some scenes without the reshoots. Edwards did an amazing job. I almost said Evans.
Oh, and can I jump before I forget this? This is like one of the main things I wanted to bring up, and I'm sorry to butt in.
You're good.
But his sense of scale, I think, is second to none. There are these scenes where you show these massive Star Destroyers, and then he would kind of pan back a little bit, and they would be dwarfed by the Death Star. Or there's that scene where they showed that massive walled city, and then they panned up, and there was that massive Star Destroyer above it. The way that he captured scale was really impressive. He made the Death Star huge.
It's interesting you point that out because I totally agree. And what do you do before this? Even though
Godzilla, yeah.
Right, and even though there's a lot of negative criticism to the character focus in that, I don't know if that was his issue or not. But like you're dealing with something where you have to shift focus between the ant-like creatures to Godzilla, and then the characters you have to focus on in lieu of Godzilla, and in shifting scale. And then before that, he did Monsters, which you turned me on to half a decade ago or longer, which even though you see the creature proper, there are many times where the main characters and the horizon line is very, very low in the TV screen, even though everything else you see is just like mist, like ashy mist. Even then, with the idea of a great creature, he had the sense of scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I do agree they did a great job. I think this is the second best looking Star Wars movie overall. Empire for me is still the best looking one. You know.
Oh, that's true. They had the great desert scenes,
and there's real grime too in this one. You know, there's faux grime sometimes. Like it's like faux or it's too glossy, like the prequels. The grime on this one felt real. It didn't feel like faux grime. Yeah. And I really appreciated that.
Yeah. The world felt lived in, like the original trilogies felt like. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you guys know of? And if you don't know of, do you hope that Gareth will do a future Star Wars movie, regardless of its lack of connection to this particular Star Wars story?
I want to see him. Well, I want to see Gareth Evans of The Raid do a Obi-Wan Kenobi spinoff.
That's a great idea too.
But
they're going to start shooting in the Han Solo movie next year. I don't know who's directing that. But...
the guys who did 21 Jump Street.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that'll be interesting.
But I mean, I would love to see Edwards back. I think he's getting stronger with character. I think Godzilla was incredibly lacking in that department. But this one, you liked everybody involved, and this guy juggled a Star Wars property, but made it really tough. Like that's a difficult job for him to carry all those things on his shoulders. And I know that. You know, there's definitely maybe a committee, but this movie felt like it felt like part of like a safe thing, but it also felt like Gareth Edwards made a movie he wanted to make, which is kind of nice in like a auteur type area. Does that make sense? Because Force Awakens felt very much just like a safe J.J. Abrams reboot. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's what it needed. But this one felt like Gareth Evans had his hands all over it, which is rare for a $200 million movie.
I think the fact that, well, I mean, there was a lot riding on it, but the fact that it wasn't considered part of the main kind of storyline, like it was even marketed as Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
You know, I think that kind of gave him a little bit more leeway as far as that goes. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't have like a lot of creative freedom because, like you said, it's Star Wars and like it had a huge budget. But I think he probably got like a little bit more elbow room than JJ did. As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, JJ Abrams was like in a coach surrounded by you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Two really big people, and he was in the middle. He did not have much arm or leg room when making that movie. But, you know, I think Gareth had comfort seats.
All right, guys. So before we end the podcast, I want to talk a little bit about how like for me personally, Rogue One really what made a great prequel is that it didn't diminish the original movies. It actually enhanced like the original movies. Like after watching Rogue One, I immediately went home and just started watching A New Hope and fell asleep afterwards because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's awesome.
But still, like it was just like I always loved A New Hope, but after watching Rogue One, like I felt Rogue One made A New Hope even better. Like I never.
It's like when you see Fight Club and you learn the secret of Fight Club, you watch it again to see it through a new lens.
Yeah, like just watching them discuss like the how to destroy the Death Star. Like I felt like a new dimension to watching the scene that I never felt before, and that was just really cool. Like I think this is what a prequel should do. It should honor and enhance the originals, not cheapen it like the original prequels did, and midichlorians and all that. You guys agree?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Yeah, like, it answered questions. It, like Levingood said, now we can tell those people to shut up.
Yeah.
And but you're right. It made A New Hope better.
Not that it was bad, but like I mean, there were some
but not-
unanswered questions.
Now, as soon as it starts, though, with that spaceship, you know exactly what happened before it.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Man.
Yeah, I was just so pumped. Like when I was driving home from theater, like, man, I gotta watch A New Hope now. Like it's just like this is crazy. Like, I mean, I'm always in the mood to watch A New Hope, but like now I'm even more so. I'm just like, oh man, I gotta at least watch the beginning.
It's crazy how many people died to get those plans. Because that huge spaceship with Admiral Akbar's cousin got captured.
Oh yeah.
And then you had to get to the whole battle for the Death Star. So like,
How cool was it that there was the ramming vessel in the Rebellion?
Oh, Hammerhead.
Where after they ion blasted that one Star Destroyer, they tugboated it into the other one.
That was awesome.
Oh God, I didn't even realize what was happening. I just thought that they were messing with it, like to cause structural damage, and then they push it into the other one, which then gets dominoed down through that that portal thing. Like I was like sitting, my eyes were wide like a kid. That was one of the points in the movie, and this happened twice, where I actually stopped because I was distracted by feeling the smile on my face. You know what I'm talking about? Like you actually feel this huge smile.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
No, and yeah, do you think like 30-year-olds are gonna love this
Oh yeah.
movie?
I think that was a target audience, to be honest.
Some kids walked out and said it was boring, like young kids.
Those kids are wrong.
Yeah, but they love Force Awakens. But those kids probably love Force Awakens. But I think this is like a movie for us.
Yeah. Because like
It was pretty mature. I don't mean mature as in adult. I mean just like in general. This didn't have a lot of the glitzy glitter and shit that you see in a lot of movies for the sake of having it to get attention, effects moments for trailers. Like, I don't know. I felt like this was for the thinking Star Wars fan.
Yep. And maybe want to recommend 13 Assassins to everybody. Watch 13 Assassins, everybody.
I still haven't seen that. And now that you've been toting it a lot in reference to this movie and the Rebels, I have an odd penchant now.
It is unbelievable. Have you watched Elizabeth?
no, not yet.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Right.
It's good.
All
It's
right,
by Takashi Miike, so it's bloody as shit.
I wonder if it's still on Netflix.
Might be.
Yeah. So final verdict on Rogue One.
A.
Good. A.
2D2.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever letter is better than A.
Sure. It's my second favorite film of the year.
Arrival?
No, Nice Guys. Still my
Ah,
personal favorite
nice.
movie of the year. It's close. It's close. You can't go wrong with either movie, really.
I was telling someone today that my two movies of the year are Arrival and Rogue One.
Right.
Everybody wants some. Lobster, Green Room. The Wailing.
And I haven't seen any of them, so I'm not necessarily choosing my two over them.
Oh no, I agree with you guys.
Oh no, I'm letting the listeners know. Like I haven't seen those movies that you're listing now.
Screw it, I'm putting Rogue One in there. Let's do it.
Yeah, Rogue One.
Awesome.
Rogue
One. Talking about.
It's up there. It's up there for us somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Before we sign off, are there any plugs you want to make?
Just donate to Las Vegas GoFundMe page. We got to keep him in Monster Energy drinks for all of 2017. So just go to lasvath.fundme.thisisn'treal. Just get his address and send him money.com.
Please.
And for Monster.
Mm-hmm.
And go over to the LAM, the Large Association of Movie Blogs. Give him a like, give him a share, give him a pat on the back, listen to the podcast.
You know, I need to cut back on the Monster because, like, lately I'm starting to feel like Paul Rudd in the beginning of Role Models. It's like unleash the beast. So it's like Shrek's piss.
I love that. I love Role Models.
It's such a good
That's
movie.
a fun movie.
Sean William Scott forever.
I just love the whole
Is your
LARP scene.
Goon 2 coming out soon?
2017. Best movie of 2017 right there.
I think it's getting released in Canada first. I don't know if it's going to get like a wide theatrical release, but I know it's going to get released in Canada at least, which seems very appropriate.
First chance to get, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Hey, let's all take a road trip to Canada and watch it then.
Ooh.
In theaters.
I've never been to Canada.
Dude, Toronto.
Actually, I hear this time of year it's not so warm. So
yeah. I used to go out there in the summer to work. It was better then.
Sure. Let me good. Any plugs you want to make?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, unless Noah's Mill or Four Roses wants to sponsor us and send us a case.
Whiskey.
Is that whiskey? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For my co-host, Mark Hoffmeyer.
A2D2.
John Levigood.
Yep.
What?
I've been your host, John Losco. Thank you so much for listening, and see you guys.
We're above the target. T-minus 5 seconds till shark drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the shark! Go! 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 This podcast is a Shark Dropper Studios production.